Sad news, everybody. I have to begin the year with another in memoriam video. This in memoriam video is to Rocky Johnson. Now, a lot of you younger people might think, so he's the father. So he's the father of The Rock. No, 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 no. Wait a second. He won. He he. The reason why you guys don't know, you young millennials don't know about him, was because his prime was was when the wrestling business was in the midst of the territory days. You know, you guys take this slice of of the Northeast in Canada. You guys have the Midwest. You guys have you guys have uh, Florida. You you guys have you guys have you guys have the you guys have Portland. You guys have California. Like for example, in California, there were 12 different wrestling territories at the height of the territory days. I bet I bet a lot of I bet a lot I bet a lot of a lot of you younger a lot of you younger wrestling millennial fans will say, so what, this is boring, get to it, get to it, get to it. But wait a second. If you don't know the past, how are you gonna how are you going to have an appreciation for what is now if you don't know the past? So I'm just trying to give you the past. Anyway, the past on Rocky Johnson is he was signed after he first of all, Rocky Johnson wasn't wasn't an African American. He was an African Canadian. I bet I bet I, I bet a lot of I bet a lot of you younger people didn't know that, but that's true. And he also Vincent Kennedy McMahon Sr., the senile one's father, saw saw something in Rocky, and Vince Vince Senior's Vince Senior's people said, Vince, I know you're not all that hot on the high flyers, the high flyers and all this stuff, but you gotta sign this kid because this kid has it. And he was very skeptical, but he 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 saw it, and among among his WWE highlights, he was he was the first he was a member of the first at that time at that time they they were known African American in the 70s were 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 called black. So he was a member of the first all black WWF tag team champions along with the strongman Tony Atlas. And he and the and the only reason why that tag team broke up was Rocky was a good businessman, and Tony Atlas had the reputation. I'm sorry to speak ill of the of the of the dead because Tony Atlas died 60 or so years ago, but Tony Atlas was known as one of those uh, 100 $100 bodies with with 10 with 10 set brains, and I'm not talking about on the juice or not on the juice. I'm just talking about in terms of business and stuff. And nope, and no, and nobody would want to do business with Tony Atlas. So that's why the Soul Patrol, which was the name of the tag team, broke up. But you you can't ever take it take it away from Rocky Johnson. And Rocky Johnson's last match was was just was just before the Survivor Series in 1991, just just after the just to help The Rock get, get rid of the Rocky Maivia gimmick, which the crowd the crowd didn't like it at all, and that's where all the Rocky sucks chance came from. And then he said, "Well, son, you gotta give thought to changing your gimmick to get over. Because if you don't change your gimmick to get over, you won't draw you won't draw a dime. And if you don't draw a dime, you don't eat. And if you don't eat, then you'll be in tough shape." And and Rocky Johnson trained Dwayne the Rock Johnson. So so in conclusion, if it wasn't for if it if it wasn't if it wasn't for Rocky Johnson, then all you WWE you WWE loyalists wouldn't have had The Rock. And he and he was and Rocky Johnson was was the son-in-law to High Chief Peter Maivia. And I don't, and I don't, and if you want to know who High Chief Peter Maivia is, you can you can Google High Chief Peter Maivia. In conclusion, rest in peace, Rocky, and Rock. Man, even though I'm I'm the I'm a charter member of of the C Nation. I I'm sure I'm sure John has gotten gotten in touch with you, and on behalf of the C Nation fans, I would like to to get to give you our condolences. So you can, if you get this, please convey those condolences to your mother and your two sisters. And that's it. Rocky Johnson, 1944 to 2020.